currently the only official announced mayoral candidate for the city of Shreveport, Mr. Leo Savage, local businessman, is here. Early on in the first segment, you used the C word, so I will just come out and ask, is Shreveport a corrupt place?
Absolutely. I will tell you, the more I dig into it, I'm a sorcerer. I go out, doing this, and I've got a passion to do it. And if I do it, I want to do it to the best of my ability and the best for the people of Shreveport. So the best way I know how to do that is go talk to different people. I have been able, I've got a lot of friends that I'm able to go talk to that can get me in front of other people. And every time I get in front of somebody, they give me specifics on the corruption that's going on. I can't stand for that. We can't stand for that. That's taking money out of your pocket and my pocket, and it's got to stop. Can it stop? Yes, it can. We talked earlier. Is it a cultural thing? It probably is. Well, it's always happened that way, but it's got to stop. We cannot operate a city clean.
Do you think in Shreveport there is you hear on a national scale the term deep state used in reference to the federal government, the deep state, the government within the government? Do you think in Shreveport to some degree there is a deep state that is, to use your word earlier, corrupt?
Possibly. And again, I just like to look at Shreveport specifically. I mean, in other words, I know that there's things, you look at Louisiana, and we know, from way back, Governor Edwards, and even way further back than that, it's always been corrupt. And sometimes we knew what Edwards was doing, but still, we voted for him because he was doing good things for our state. We can't just assume that that's the right way to do things. We have to, again, treat it like a business.
We had spoken last hour with political analyst Scott Hughes, and he said, I asked him what the three biggest issues in the mayoral race were for this fall, and he said crime, jobs, and hope. And then we talked about that just a little bit, and we sort of came to the conclusion that those may be the three biggest issues, but perhaps we prioritize them incorrectly, that maybe hope is the number one issue. Do you agree, or lack of hope currently? Do you agree with that assessment? And if that's the case, in the last couple of minutes here, tell me why Leo Savage is the candidate who can give hope to Shreveport.
Well, hope is a big word, and let's tie that to pride. I think that we have lost pride in our city. I was going down the street just the other day, and Mayor Tyler has the signs out, keep it classy, right? And there's trash all around this sign. That just shows lack of pride. The hope, would be, can we restore that pride? Absolutely we can. There's a lot of things that we have to do on a positive side. I think that once we can clean up the crime, I think once we can clean up the litter, I think when we can start attracting jobs, hope will be restored. But you have to have that mission, Robert. You have to have the heart and soul to go after it. You've got to be sure that you can bypass and you can keep all the other distractions away. You see smoke and mirrors all the time to keep your eyes focused on something while something's going on in the background. We have to keep all of those things in our mirror up front, not in the back.
Leo Savage, conservative Republican. That's not an unfair statement, is it?
No.
How does Leo Savage, conservative Republican, get X%, enough of a percentage of Democrats to vote for him to win?
Well, here's the thing. I don't look at Shreveport as being a Republican city, a Democrat city, or an independent city, a black city, a white city, Mexican, Asian. You don't look at it that way. It's not a male. It's not a female. What Shreveport is a city. We should be united. I think in order to do that, in order for me to get the votes that I need from the Democrat side, I have to show them they need to hear me. They need to feel my passion of what I want to do for them. It's not what I want to do for Republicans. It's what I want to do for the city. And the first thing I want to do, remember, is clean up the crime, which is a lot in the demographics of Democrats. And so we need to make sure that we focus on that. Clean up. I want everybody to be able to go out in their front yard at night and feel safe. I don't want them to fear going out, thinking somebody's going to shoot inside their home. You know, that's not life. That's not a quality of life. So we've got to correct that now.